All right, so PDX tonight, a network of popular podcasts make a stop right here in Portland tonight. It's the first ever live tour for Radiotopia. It's at the Aladdin Theater tonight. That's where Cassidy Quinn joins us live. Cassidy, this has got to be pretty cool. A bunch of talking heads in one spot.
Exactly. I don't know if you're a podcast fan. I love listening to podcasts. Usually, though, it's when I'm driving or cleaning my apartment, not usually surrounded by, hundreds of people, but that's what's happening tonight here at the Aladdin Theater. The show starts at 8 o'clock. Unfortunately, it is sold out, but they're going on tour tomorrow in Seattle. So if you want to make a road trip, we have one of the creators of one of the podcasts, The Memory Palace, Nate DeMeo, and also the executive producer of the whole Radiotopia network, Julie Shapiro. So first, for people that don't know Radiotopia, there are more podcasts that are coming or then will be on stage tonight, but tell me a little about that.
So we're a podcast network of 16 shows, mostly storytelling, sound-rich, creatively driven podcasts. We're going to see 5 shows on stage tonight. And we're based in all over the place. We're headquartered in Massachusetts. We've got shows on the West Coast, on the East Coast, from London. But basically, Radiotopia shows are very much about creating stories and using people's imaginations to draw the pictures when they hear the podcast stories. And yeah, that's what we do.
That's so cool. So tonight, 5 different podcasts from Radiotopia, all on stage. How does that look like when you're in the audience?
Well, each show is very different, so that's kind of a signature hallmark of Radiotopia. So tonight you're going to see all different performances with some continuity. The show is co-hosted by 2 of our hosts, Roman Mars and Helen Zaltzman, and they will provide the sort of path through the different stories, and all the podcasters will come on and do what they do best on their shows.
Speaking of that, Nate, so you get to tell a very specific story on stage. First, tell us about The Memory Palace.
Sure, The Memory Palace is a podcast that tells short stories of the past and essentially mines the past to kind of draw out the wonder and kind of find the connection with the way we live today. And so tonight I'm doing a story, set to both to music like it usually is, but tonight it's fun for me because I get to put visuals behind it. So there's animation and there's documentary footage that tells the story of a woman named Florence Chadwick, who's one of these sort of hidden figures in history, who was the second woman to swim the English Channel. But the story really is about what she then goes on to do. Once you've done that big thing in your life, what things come next. And that's where I think I kind of try to find the kind of magic in her story. And that's what we'll be doing tonight.
So you have told this story on the podcast before, right?
Yep.
Is it a lot different when you're telling it and people are actually hearing it live in front of you?
Well, I tell a lot of stories in live settings. It's the first time I'm doing this one. But the fun of these shows is that the people get to come here and you have this person in your head and they live there and then you have this relationship with them. And so then to kind of come and see them in person, it's a whole different thing. Maybe it's a little disturbing. Maybe you aren't the person you think, that they think of in your head. But for us, it's an incredible experience because podcasting is kind of a lonely thing. It's me and I'm writing and it's me and I'm recording. But to be here and connect with the people that listen, it's really it's a new thing for us as a network and it's a new thing for us as a profession. But for me, it's been like a real gift to meet the audience and have the audience give a chance to meet me.
Now, if people do want to subscribe to any of these podcasts or other Radiotopia ones, what's the easiest way for them to find them?
They can all be found at radiotopia.fm. You can go there and hear the trailers, little previews of every show, and each show has a podcast and its own identity, but you can find it all at radiotopia.fm.
Awesome. Thank you guys so much. Good luck. Break a leg tonight. Again, the show starts at 8 o'clock, but you can go subscribe and listen to more podcasts. Like I said, when I clean my apartment, that's like the only way I'll do it is if I put some podcasts on. So, Brian, that's my advice to you.
Yeah. Thanks so much, Cassie. Still ahead tonight.
You really do. There's good stories.
Oh,
yeah.
Absolutely. A local chef has a